They weren't supposed to find anything that day. It was just a normal evening. The outdoor gym was full, metal bars, rubber ground, people moving like they always do. Someone slipped. Not even a bad fall, just enough to twist wrong. He went down hard near one of the pull-up bars. At first nobody reacted. Then he didn't get up. That's when people moved. Someone knelt beside him. Someone called for help. And someone else started clearing the ground. They said his arm might be trapped. The surface there was softer than the rest, like it had been dug up before. They started pulling at it. It didn't take long, just a few seconds. Then someone stopped, completely. No one said anything at first. They just looked down and stepped back. One by one, someone whispered something. I didn't hear the words, but I didn't need to, because I saw their faces. That's when I knew they didn't find what they expected. Police arrived fast, too fast, like someone had already called before it was confirmed. They taped off the area, pushed everyone back, asked questions, same ones over and over. Did you see anything? Did anyone touch it? How long has this been here? No one had answers, because no one knew. That place had been there for years. People worked out there every day. Nothing like that had ever happened. At least, not that anyone noticed. They didn't say it right away. Not publicly. But word spreads fast. It always does. By the next morning, everyone knew. They had found human remains, and it was clear they hadn't been there for just a few days. The gym stayed closed, tape everywhere, officers standing around like they were waiting for something else to happen. Like it wasn't over, they started digging more, carefully, quietly at first. Nothing. Then, another spot, not far from the first. Same reaction, same silence, same step back. That's when people stopped calling it an accident, because one spot is random, two isn't. By the third day, they found more, not all in one place, spread out under different parts of the gym, near the benches, near the bars, near the edge of the ground, like someone had been placing them on purpose. Over time, they brought in lights, big ones, turned night into something that looked almost like day. They didn't want to stop, not anymore. Because now they knew, if they stopped digging, they might leave something behind. People started watching from a distance, not working out, just standing quiet, trying to understand, trying to see something that would explain it. But there was nothing to see. No footprints, no tools, no damage. Just ground that had been disturbed, and then made to look normal again, perfectly normal. That's what scared people the most. Not what they found, but how long it had been there, and how no one noticed. By the end of the week, the gym wasn't just closed, it was guarded, day and night. Officers rotating shifts, watching, waiting, because now they weren't just asking what happened. They were asking if someone was coming back, and that's when the first report came in. Someone said they saw a figure near the fence, late after midnight, standing still, not moving, just watching the place. They checked the cameras. Nothing, no one there, no movement, no shadow. But the report stayed because the person who called it in didn't sound unsure. They sounded certain. The next night, another report, same time, same place, someone near the gym, watching again. Nothing on the cameras, nothing in the recordings, nothing they could prove. That's when they stopped treating it like something that already happened and started treating it like something that wasn't finished yet. They set up night watches, unmarked cars, officers sitting in silence, lights off, watching the ground, waiting for movement, waiting for anything. But every time they looked directly at the place, nothing happened. And every time they looked away, someone reported seeing something again. Same time, same spot, same feeling, that someone was already there, watching. They stopped relying on reports. Witnesses weren't enough. People see things when they're scared. That's what they said. So they set up their own watch. No uniforms, no lights, just quiet. 3 people at a time, rotating shifts. Always the same hours, between midnight and 3. That's when it kept happening, or when it was supposed to. The first few nights, nothing. No movement, no sounds. Just empty space. The gym looked normal again. Too normal. Like nothing had ever been there. But they didn't leave, because now they knew something was off. Not just the ground, the timing, everything was too exact. Same hour, same location, same pattern. Patterns don't just happen. Someone makes them. On the 4th night, something changed. One of them noticed it first. Not movement, not a person, something smaller. The ground near the edge of the workout area. It looked different, not obvious. You wouldn't see it walking by, but when you stare at something long enough, you notice a slight shift, like it had been touched. Recently, they didn't move right away. They watched, waited. Nothing happened. No one came, no sound. After 10 minutes, they approached, slow, careful, like someone might still be there. They marked the spot, called it in, waited for backup. By the time the lights came on, the ground was already opened. Same reaction as before, same silence, same step back. That's when they confirmed it. Someone had been there that night while they were watching, and no one saw them. They checked everything, every angle, every camera, every entrance. Nothing. No one walking and no one leaving. No shadows, no movement. That doesn't happen. It's not possible, but it happened. After that, they changed the approach. More people, more angles. They stopped sitting back, started moving, circling the area, watching from different positions, trying to force a mistake. But it didn't work, because the next time it happened, it wasn't where they were looking. Opposite side of the gym. Same time, same pattern. They were close, but not close enough. That's when someone said it out loud. What if they're already here? Before we get here? No one answered, because that would mean they were never arriving. They were just already there. After that, they started coming earlier, before midnight, hours before, sitting, waiting, watching, making sure no one could enter unnoticed. It worked. For a while, nothing changed. No new spots, no movement, just silence. But then, someone noticed something again. Not the ground this time. Something else. The pattern. All the spots. Lined up. Not randomly. Not scattered. Connected. Across the entire gym. Like points. Someone drew it out. Mapped every location. Every discovery. Every disturbed patch. And when they stepped back, it made sense. Too much sense. It wasn't random. It wasn't messy. It was structured, precise, deliberate, like someone was following a layout, a design, and they weren't finished yet. That's when they realized they weren't trying to catch someone. They were trying to predict where it would happen next. And that's a different kind of problem. Because if you're predicting, it means you're already behind. And if you're already behind, you're not the one in control. The next night, they covered every marked point, every possible location. No blind spots. No gaps. They were ready, and for the first time, nothing happened. No reports. No movement. No change in the ground. Just silence. They waited longer. Past 3. Past 4. Still nothing. That should have felt like a win. It didn't. Because this time, it didn't feel like they stopped it. It felt like it didn't need to happen. The next night was the same. Nothing. No reports. No movement. No changes in the ground. They still showed up. Same time. Same positions. Watching. Waiting. But the pattern was gone. Completely. That should have ended it. That's what everyone expected. But no one said it out loud, because something felt wrong. Not dangerous, just unfinished. They kept the watches going. A few more nights, just to be sure. Nothing happened. Not once. The gym stayed closed, tape still up. Lights still on at night, like they were waiting for something to come back. But it didn't. Eventually, they started scaling it down. Less officers, less time, until one night. No one showed up at all, and still, nothing happened. That's when people started saying it. It's over. It's stopped. It's done. But the ones who were there from the beginning didn't agree. They just didn't argue, because they all felt the same thing. You don't just stop something like that. Not suddenly. Not clean. Something like that doesn't end. It shifts. They reopened the gym a few weeks later. Quietly. No announcement. Just removed the tape. Took the lights down. Let people come back. At first, no one did. Then slowly, one or two. People testing it. Watching the ground. Not staying long. Nothing happened. No new spots. No disturbances. Just normal use. Like before, that made it worse, because now it looked like it had never happened, like it was waiting for people to forget. Time passed. People stopped talking about it, stopped thinking about it, moved on, except for a few, the ones who had been there at night. The ones who saw the pattern, the ones who understood. It wasn't random. They kept checking. Not officially, just out of habit. Driving by, looking from a distance. Still nothing. Until one morning, someone sent a message. Short, no explanation. Just a photo. Different city, same type of outdoor gym, same rubber ground, same layout, and one small detail. Near the edge, a section of ground that looked slightly different. The message under it said, "They found something here too." No one replied, not right away, because everyone already knew what it meant. A few hours later, confirmation. Human remains. Same condition, same depth, same pattern starting. That's when it clicked. For all of them. At the same time. It didn't stop. It moved. And the worst part, it moved clean. No trace. No mistake. Like it was planned that way. From the beginning. Someone asked a question. Quietly. Not officially. Just between the ones who understood. How did they know when to leave? No one answered. Because there's only one way that makes sense. They didn't leave when it was over. They left when it was finished. They didn't send anyone at first. Not officially. They waited, watched the reports come in from the other city. Same steps, same reactions, same confusion. Like they were watching their own past happen again. They compared everything. Photos, times, locations. Every detail matched. Not similar, exact. Same spacing between the spots, same placement, near equipment, same depth. Even the sequence, like someone was repeating it perfectly. That's when someone brought out the old map, the one they made. Every marked point, every location from the first gym. They laid it next to the new one. No one spoke, because it lined up, not just the pattern, the progress. The new city wasn't starting from the beginning. It was continuing. exactly where the last one stopped. That shouldn't be possible. There's no way to transfer something like that without error, without delay, without someone noticing. But it happened. Clean, silent, precise. That's when the waiting started again. But this time, not for something to happen, for something to appear, because now they knew. You don't catch something like this by watching it begin. You catch it by being there before it starts. So they got ahead, way ahead, mapped every similar location, every outdoor gym, every city with the same layout. They picked one based on the pattern, the spacing, the direction it was moving, and they went there early, before anything was reported, before anything was found. They watched, night after night, nothing, no movement and no changes, just empty space. And then on the sixth night, something shifted, not the ground, something else, the timing. One of them checked the clock, 12:03. That was wrong. It always started later, closer to 1, but something felt off, like they were late, even though they were early. That's when one of them noticed it. Near the far edge, a section of ground, slightly uneven, barely visible. They moved in, slow, careful, like before, and then they stopped, because the ground was already disturbed. They checked the area, no footprints, no signs of entry, nothing. It was already done, hours before they got there, maybe longer. That's when it hit, hard, clear, unavoidable. They were never ahead. They were never catching up. They were arriving after it finished. Every time someone said it quietly, barely audible. We're not tracking movement. We're tracking a schedule. And schedules don't wait. They don't adjust. They don't react. They just happen. That's when the question changed. It wasn't who is doing this anymore. It was, how many places are already done? No one answered, because no one wanted to say a number out loud. They left that city the same way they left the first one, quietly. No announcements, no closure, just reports, maps, patterns, and waiting, because now they knew. They weren't dealing with something they could stop. They were just watching where it would happen next. And every time a new report came in, different city, same layout, same pattern. They didn't react anymore. They just marked it, added another point. Because at some point, you stop trying to understand it, and you start accepting that it was never meant to be caught, only followed. I don't think it ended. I don't think it even slowed down. I think we just stopped being the place where it was happening, and that's worse, because it means it's still happening somewhere, right now.